Good Wednesday morning, Top Gun options traders and investors. Whiz here with your Market SITREP and another swing and a miss as far as what's going on in our economy. This morning, ADP jobs data came out surprisingly weak. Forecast was for 154,000 and we came in at 119,000, and then obviously they revised their last month down to 131K after the BLS came out with that just dismal 88,000. Not good, folks. Not good for the U.S. economy. This is the fifth miss in a row in ADP if you exclude February's little uptick here. But look at change in total non-farm payroll there. Does that look like a good thing? No, it's not. And look at where the jobs are not being created. Manufacturing. That's not a good sign either for our economy. Let's talk about manufacturing. What happened yesterday? Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Chicago PMI came in under 50, a 49, which is an absolute shock. If the Fed was not printing money in this market, a 49 out of Chicago PMI would have sent this market down probably about 300 points. Why? Because a reading above 50 indicates expansion in that region and the economy. Below 50 indicates recessionary environment or a contraction. What happened yesterday in the market? Up we go, right? Doesn't matter. This week we are starting to see, and obviously we'll find out today because the Fed's getting done with their meeting, and later this afternoon the FOMC is going to come out with their statement. But folks, this market will not go down. It can't go down when the Fed is pumping the market up to the tune of $85 billion a month. There is no place else to find yield in America besides the stock market. Look at Apple. They issued $17 billion in debt in their first huge debt offering. This is the largest debt offering in U.S. market history. And look at this. Investors, there's $50 billion worth of demand. When Deutsche Bank and Goldman Sachs started drunk dialing the other day, seeing if anybody was interested in an Apple debt offering, orders totaled $50 billion. Why? Because investors are scrambling for yield. And when Goldman and Deutsche Bank saw the demand, they actually lowered the interest rates. God bless America. That's what we do. We're going to make more money. So everybody wants it. We're going to lower what we're going to pay you. It's absolutely incredible here. About a yield just shy of 3% for the 10-year and just shy 4% for the 30-year debt. Absolutely incredible, guys. We are living in Bizzarro Market, and it's going to continue today. What's the Fed going to do? Obviously, we know what they're going to do with interest rates, but we're obviously going to be looking for the words that the Feds say, right? Whether or not conditions suck, guys. As you all know, and my traders at WCI and TGO know, the markets and the economy are on two different planets, not even in the same world. So the worse the economy does, the better the stock market's going to do because the Fed's going to hang out and continue to print money. Thursday, we get some trade numbers and some other yawn reports. But Friday, obviously, the big numbers, non-farm payroll and the unemployment rate are really going to set the tone for not only the rest of the week, but whether or not we're going to have this, whether or not we're going to have these sell in May and go away things. I don't think that's going to happen. Sell in May and make my day, I think, is going to happen. Any sell-off is going to be used as a buying opportunity because each one of these pullbacks, we didn't have a Fed on a suicide mission, because that's literally what it is, folks, right now. It's a suicide mission out of the Fed. There's no plan B. The Fed stops printing money. If they wake up one day and say, you know what, this isn't working and we're doing damage to the economy, they're going to see this. That can't happen, right? The Fed wants a wealth effect. They want you to feel wealthier. It's called hopium, folks. Big dose of hopium, and they want you to feel richer even though you're not. Now, we saw some relatively good news out of housing. Home prices jumping about 9.3%, the fastest rise in 2006. And S&P Case-Shiller report yesterday showed gains in all the areas that really got hit hardest. But that's the point, folks. Like down here in Miami and South Florida, that we crashed into the side of a mountain. So any huge gains we're not even getting close back to where we were pre-financial tsunami. Another report, though, yesterday from the Census Bureau, home ownership is at the lowest level since 1995. So all these housing bulls that are running around out there saying housing is going to pull us out of this recovery, I say show me the data. Home prices are rising because we have an inventory issue. If you look at the National Association of Realtors report, that's kind of what they're saying is, yeah, you know, the supply of homes has moved down from about 6 months, 7 months to about 4 months. So price is going to go up. But people aren't buying homes. As I said, U.S. Census Bureau's own numbers, lowest home ownership rate since 1995. So again, folks, just smile. This is the hold your nose rally, folks. I told my traders at Top Gun Options yesterday during one of our 2-hour live trading sessions, you just have to hold your nose. But know, folks, that this game of musical chairs is going to stop. Trust me. Hedge fund managers, private wealth managers, a lot of people I talk to know that this thing is built on hydrogen. It really is. We are in the Hindenburg right now, flying around South Jersey right now looking for a place to dock. And it's not going to be pretty when the economy and the markets decide to get together and bad news is bad news. It's going to make this financial tsunami look pleasant. In the meantime, though, I'm going to make money off the stupidity of others, period. So the hold your nose rally is going to continue. Sell in May and go away is now sell in May and make my day, and enjoy your hopium, okay? I'll be waiting for what the Fed says. Got a live trading session this afternoon at 1, so we'll be trading the Fed announcement live and really looking forward to it, okay? Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll talk to you guys with tomorrow's SITREP. We'll see you.